Hello guys, welcome back. I think I might have a sip of my brain juice that I just made. I keep really late hours and then I'm up late. Brain juice. No, I don't think history means anything other than I had a conversation with Loki and Apollo, but I thought I'd share it with you because it's kind of sweet. I had a conversation with Apollo and Loki last night, and it was, I don't think I'd ever make a good mother. I never had children on purpose. I never liked other children when I was a child. I thought they were too noisy because I have like hypersensitive hearing. And I just never liked other children. So I was like, I would make like a terrible mom. I could see me like stapling my kids to the wall because they're aggravating me. I'm like, no, I would make a terrible mom. Well, I had this dream, and there was another part before it, and I can't tell you that part. But it was something like, we are in a world like a video game world. And I think it was kind of like set up like Bendy and the Ink Machine, but that part really didn't matter. That was just, let me move my mouse, drive me nuts, okay. I'm like so easily distracted. I'm sorry. And I was in there and I had a son. I had a son by Apollo. And wasn't even aware of the son's existence until this dream, but I was like, oh, huh? And because he looked like instead of like looking like a little kid, he almost looked like a miniature version of his dad. He had like the wee little bow and arrow, and oh, he's so adorable. And he's running through this stream, and like targets and such are coming up, or enemies, and he's like shitting on with his little bow and arrow, and he's really brave. And I'm like, oh my god, he's so brave. He's just like his daddy. And it didn't even occur to me how I got this done. I was just so proud of him, and I loved him so much. And I could go into this game with him, and I was following him, and I was following him like a golden glowing sun. I wasn't, didn't look like this. And I was glowing, and I was following behind him at, like a respectable distance. Not too far, but, not too close. And I was making sure everything in this game world kept its distance because that is my baby. And, it was going to deal with mommy. And if anything was coming towards my son, I would glow brighter and brighter. And it was like I had sun power myself. I had the solar power. And I went with it because I'm like, you're not touching my child. And like if my light touched something, it would like, take it out. But I kind of knew it was important for him to run through this game and do as much as possible on his own, but every so often Mom zaps stuff for him because she's Mom. And he got through it with flying colors, and it turned out, I think it might have even been set in Hades' underworld. Hades and Persephone were the ones kind of competing against him, and not to be, cruel, not like adult gods competing against a wee little child. To train him. It was like part of his training, and it was perfectly acceptable that I was behind him and protecting him because Mom found her child wandering around battling things. It was like, no. And, like, I knew it was important for him, so I was letting him do it, but I was also like, no, you are not going out there without your mom. So, we're kind of like in this staging area, and I think the son had gone on to something else. And I'd helped him as much as I could, because, just to make sure he knew what was going on. And Apollo's there, and I'm like, sweetheart, I don't want you to get upset, but our son is, taking part in these games. And I'm like, but he did quite well. I'm very proud of him. You don't have to worry. He's very brave. I was so proud of him. He's like shooting things with sweet bow and arrow. And I said, he can't come to any real harm, right? And he just looked absolutely devastated, like, this is terrible. Like, why is our son doing this? He's so tiny. And I'm like, well, all of you great gods, you were like babies and you wandered off and did these great things. Mercury stole cattle when he was a babe, and Apollo himself went off as a baby or like 4 days old or something, and he fought and killed Python. So I'm like, oh, this kind of runs in your family, sweetheart. You know, he was fine. He could have actually handled himself. It was, mom was being protective. And that was it for the dream, but it was actually like a really sweet dream because I had a baby. I don't think I want children or anything. It was just I had no idea where this child came from, but he was my son. I knew that much, and it didn't matter. I didn't know where he came from. It was like, yeah, you would expect the mom would know, right? Like, where do you come from? You're my son, really? You sure? But yeah, the mom had no idea where the son came from, which I have no idea how that happened. But I was following him through the game at a respectful distance, and I was protecting him, and I couldn't have been more proud of him. He was so cute. Like I said, he looked kind of like a miniature Apollo. Instead of like a little kid, he looked more like a miniature Apollo. And he had the look of Apollo gets on his face when he's gonna go do something, and he has a little wee bow and arrow, and he was shooting at things. It was so cute. It was just adorable, guys. I wish you could record dreams and let people see. It was so cute. I don't know. Maybe I was having like a flashback to Kid Icarus or something. Those of you that remember that game, but it was so cute. Okay, guys. I don't know. I don't think it had anything to do with anything. I did tell the other people on the other channel. I was actually letting that channel go until I was inspired, but I have no idea. Okay, if you like what you see, like, comment, and subscribe. Maybe I'll have, like, a proper video for you later, but I wanted to share that with you because that was cute. So, see you guys later. Bye-bye.